guys, it's January 31st, end of the month for FOMC. So tomorrow is FOMC. So today we are open for both sides, due to the key levels broken in the overnight to the downside, or I would say there is an attempt. Okay, so see here I would use attempt, right? So today we are going to trade our levels exclusively for ES, right? So what for ES I'm saying, stick with levels, and then how price behaves around levels, you basically go long or short, because we are open for both sides, right? 4056, 2022, 3944, 77, 5045, 3996, right? For NQ, dim numbers, green line, pink lines, blue lines, yellow lines. Overall price is not going anywhere, regardless of how scary it is. Of course, there will be a larger swings going to happen, but price will stay within a range, right? So range could be last 2 days range, 3 days range, or something like that. Okay, so now let's go here. So now before last 2 days range, right? So it looks good swing today, right? Larger swing, but then what happened before? You see this thing swing down, right? Price just rebalanced it. That's all. Nothing major happened. It just went down, went up, right? While we are sleeping, it just went down from here to here. Yesterday it went down from here to here, but also it went up from here to here, right? In the overnight it went down from here to here, it went up, and then after open from here to here, simple, just rotation. So that is out of the way, right? Now first thing I noticed here, which I came, I was so busy watching the price, but then I realized right around here, I realized that it was a bullish disconnect. So bullish disconnect means buyers, right? When price came down here, there was a bullish disconnect. See, internals were holding well, 950, right? Momentum was higher up, right? But I was not expecting a day like this. I was expecting maybe up to 61, 56, and then chop around, stay somewhere here. I was not expecting this update, especially today, before FOMC. But sometimes it happens, But internals were supporting for somehow today, Like usually they are like ping pong kind, But today like they are one way, Look at this. See, it's a one way, right? Now, when price made a new low here, right? You can see also there was a divergence there, bullish divergence, right? Here there was no bullish divergence, right? So it's not a good idea to go long here, but there was a divergence here, and NQ was also diverging actually. So it was ES was making new low, NQ was not making new low. So that was a divergence going on, So you can make a case to go long, but I didn't want to go long, especially after looking at the overnight down move. I didn't want to fade it here, But I was watching price, So I was discussing in Discord. I said, buyers are in control, at least in ES. And price was holding certain levels, which I specified, 971, 995 in NQ. We were observing it. And price was unable to close below 995. And unable to go below 35 and hold it, So that was the sign that buyers are there. So I clearly said that buyers are in control, But the problem was I didn't want to trade it that way, in this morning chop, because price was doing back and forth, right? Finally, when price went higher, NQ finally held it after the chop, and then it went higher again, right? At this point, around maybe 10 o'clock or so, right around this time, right? I saw internals were holding it. Momentum is consistently basically holding above zero line, So I think they are trying to go to 55 area, That is what I said in Discord. Dow 900 area, this one is 55, 57, which is basically this area, backup sellers area. And NQ is trying to get to this, backup sellers area while it was here, right? So at that point, it was almost given that they wanted to go here, right? So when price pulled back here, that's where I put the push the button, right at 44, right here, So right here in ES, right here in NQ at 12,023, because that was the level I said in Discord. That's where I took a long. I had a fixed target, which is this, which is our hunting level, and this, and it was auto filled, like out. I had a fixed target set here, so I was out, exit, automatic. Then price started doing this, right? So when price is near hunting level, it's a risky to trade unless price moves out of it like this. Then it comes back, you can trade here, if you are trading it. Otherwise, no point trading it, So I did not trade it this section line like a live account, Like later in the day, yes, I traded in here somewhere in SIM account, But now, I already got my mate here. So now, and nothing wrong here, internals were holding throughout the day above zero line. See here, so it was clear, and the AD was rising, right? So it was a clear sign. It could be a trend up day, but the chops were heavy, and considering FOMC tomorrow, I was not expecting this thing, so I didn't take anything here live. Once I was done, And here also you can see it. See, when I said play levels today in ES exclusively, right? So if you start from here, actually, see, first thing you have to note that NQ held the preferred buyers area. When I published the note, I put this area as a preferred buyers area, and then price came down here and then held it. So at least you are watching it, you have to watch that, hey, preferred buyers area is holding, right? Overall it's a downturn, like price is going down in the overnight, right? But then it held the preferred buyers area, fine. Then it went to this pink line, right? Then what happened? This was 26th RTH low area. So what happened here? You can see it held it, went above it, held the pink line, then it 30 news move started from here, right? So you can see the trail here. They were turning this broken support into support again instead of holding them as a resistance, right? So those were the signs that it wants to move higher, but then the problem was it has to go above preferred sellers area first, right? And the dream numbers and the Globex high, So here it touched Globex high, came down into dream number area, bounced off it, right? Again came down. So I was not expecting it to even come down here, But anyway, it did. But then dream number held it, right? I was watching all these things, but I didn't trade these things. Then it pushed higher. That's where I took the long, So now you know the reason for NQ's long. Yes, same thing, this was the level, right? We know our 20 area, how powerful it is, right? So here it tried to get rejection, see that? But then it failed, and then it went above it, held it here, right? Went above, touched this area, right? Little response, but then boom. See, so those are the signs that buyers are holding it up, higher up, right? Now this was the critical area, similar to this, right? So first time up, came down, so nothing like NQ, right? Come up, came down, nothing, correct? Now you're watching it. It held this. Now take out this area. Here it like came in the middle somewhere, right? But this was a 35 area which I highlighted in Discord, right? The 35 is important. We were observing it. So it held 35, 35, 35, right? And then finally up here, slight pullback, go long. See, level here, right? Go long, same time, right? Then you target this, right? Level to level, and then you want to do the similar activities like this, right? Up thrust and pullback. So here nothing, right? And then here up thrust, right? Right here, correct? So now there is a difference here, See here, price went through it, level, another up thrust, then pullback. Here look at this, straight up, slight rejection, but if you zoom in, price did not pull back to the level. See, I was thinking it might pull back here somewhere, or go higher and pull back here. So here I was waiting, it didn't even pull back here, so no longs for me, you know. Here same thing, no longs, right? NQ same pretty much thing here, you know, but here it pulled back, so here NQ you can go long, you know, if you're trading it, but ES did not pull back to the level, you know, so there is no trade here for me, you know, but that's how it is someday, you know. Now tomorrow I have no clue, you know, what price is going to do, right? So I know 90s is important, right? And like this, 90 is important, 77 is important, right? So FOMC price can go pretty much, you know, anywhere, you know. But based on the higher time frame, at least daily time frame, it is pointing higher up, okay. But monthly is also pointing higher, you know, and actually NQ is little bit tricky and DOW is little bit tricky. ES is stronger, you know. NQ and DOW are little bit tricky, you know. So I don't want to guess anything unless I see an overnight price action. I want to see whether overnight even is holding above this area at least, you know. It did not pull back here properly, right? So I wanted to see overnight pulling back here and holding it, you know, something like that, or go higher, you know, somewhere. NQ, I wanted to see this area holding, you know, pretty much in the overnight at least, you know, to begin with. Then we'll go from there. That be all for today.